And then you include that Isa is the slave of Allah's messenger, and a word which he cast into Maryam and a spirit from him. So now that it took me 20 minutes to come to this point, for me to become a Muslim, Abbas, I have to bear witness there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger. So can now you stop the tap dance and agree?
Okay, you got it. You finished,
You
yeah.
got it, right?
So according to this hadith, the full shahada should be all
Exactly.
that garden and the fire and everything is real. All you have
Not
to
only
say
that,
that, yeah.
Jesus too, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
let's go with it
So
because this is making my
okay.
point. I'm showing what the true
Go ahead.
Shahada is. So now you cannot be a Muslim and therefore you cannot be on the path of salvation by simply saying there is no God but Allah. You have to say there is no God but Allah. Muhammad is his messenger and his slave, and Jesus is his slave, and his word which he cast into Mary, and a spirit from him, and the gardener is real, and hellfire is real. Now, as a Christian, I have no problem associating Jesus with God because without Jesus, you can't have God and there's no salvation. But for the life of me, why do I need to include Muhammad in a Shahada for me to be Muslim, to be saved, if Muhammad is not necessary for my salvation?
Okay. Now, earlier you asked me a question. Can you be Muslim by saying there's no God but Allah? And my answer was yes, and which I
No,
proved
that's
from
not
a
what I said.
hadith. Well, no,
No,
one
that's not.
second. Let me finish
Yeah, but I didn't
my
say
point.
that. Represent me accurately.
You said you said, can you be a Muslim by just saying La ilaha
Yes.
illallah? Can you?
Yeah.
And I said yes, and I proved from the hadith. The hadith says when his uncle was dying, he says, "Please say La ilaha illallah. So on the day of judgment, I will be your witness." What he was saying, meaning you said it, you become Muslim. So according to that hadith, that is sufficient for you to be Muslim.
Okay, so I'm
Rest,
going to
if
go
you
with
want to say,
that's hadith.
if you no, I did not say that if you add Ashaduna Muhammad Rasulullah and the fire
No,
and
I'll go
all
with
that,
that
that's
hadith.
not the
I'm going to go with
Shahada.
that hadith. We're
That
back
is
to that point again.
that is that is addition, and you can do that as well. There's nothing
No, no,
wrong with
no.
that.
Let me go with that hadith. Let me go with that hadith. I'm going to go with you. You took an isolated, and when I said I didn't say that, meaning in the context, as we're trying to get you to admit the Shahada is not just that part, but yes, I said, okay. Now, that hadith, I'm going to just go with that hadith. We ignore the context that Abu Talib is about to die. Let's ignore that. Let's make that now for all people at all time. So we're going to ignore it. I'm not going to say there is no God but Allah, but I reject Muhammad.
But
But you
that's not
still say I'm not
Shahada.
a Muslim.
That's not
But you
Shahada.
still say I'm not a Muslim.
You don't need to say I reject Muhammad. You don't
No,
need to
no.
say that.
I do believe there's no God but Allah, if you mean the God of the
Okay.
Bible. But I'll never follow Muhammad because according to Allah of the Bible, Muhammad is an antichrist.
Yeah.
So if I just go with there is no God but Allah, I pass the test. I don't need your Muhammad.
As I was making point earlier, and you butt in, and you just really let me finish my point. I was saying when Abu Talib, who was telling him to say La ilaha illallah, a man who's preaching the Quran, meaning he's saying just believe in my God, Allah, and a man who preached the Quran. So
Yeah.
if you reject the Quran and say La ilaha illallah, you didn't really believe
Where
in
does the
Allah.
hadith say?
You reject His revelation.
Where does that hadith say what you just quoted? All of what you said was necessary.
I just want you to use your little bit
I'm
common
just going
sense.
by what the hadith, and it's sad you don't get it. This is why it's a waste of time.
Alhamdulillah.
Coming back to your issue, you just quoted a hadith where it says, all you need to say, there is no God but Allah, to Abu Talib, who is steeped in idolatry. So he wouldn't die in idolatry, but in the oneness of Allah. In order to make your point, that's all you need. But then you add it, you got to follow the Quran. That hadith, just stay that. Don't go nowhere else. Show me that hadith that you quoted where it says all of that. You got to follow the Quran and follow Muhammad. In that hadith.
In that hadith, if you have any kind of a common sense or knowledge of Islam or
Can
history,
you open
you
up
need to
chapter
understand.
18? We're not going to get
No,
anywhere with
no.
this.
But Muhammad at that time was preaching Islam, and he was preaching Quran for 10 years. So how can you say you
Where did
believe in
that
Allah,
hadith say? You're still
but
not
you're
getting it.
rejecting His revelation?
I don't
You're
care
ignoring.
what Muhammad preached before that. I'm going by the single isolated hadith you quoted to now use your criterion against you, and you're not getting it. You quoted one isolated hadith to make your point. So I'm playing your game. Let's ignore everything else. But now when I nail you, no, let's take these other things into consideration. So are you going to stop your nonsense and come to the issue that I cannot be a Muslim if I don't say there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger? Are you going to admit that, or are you going to go back to your nonsense again so we can repeat this for another 50 minutes?
Listen, I'm not being here trying to insult you or anything, but I think your
Can
honor,
we admit you
your
cannot be a
your
Muslim without saying there's
your
no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger?
you think like your honor is online, and you're losing the argument. So you're just trying to just be
You
stubborn
sure?
here.
We're all
That's
laughing
why.
at your
That's
prophet's
why.
expense.
That's why. That's why I
If
like to ask
losing
the
means
question.
laughing at your prophet, I want to lose all day. Okay, now
That's why I
enough with
like to ask the
the.
question to
Do
Brother
you agree,
Avery. Brother
Abbas?
Avery.
Abbas, do you agree?
Brother Avery. Sorry.
Abbas,
Okay, go
do
on.
you agree that I have to say there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger to be a Muslim?
No, you don't have to. If you say it, there's no problem. But you don't have to.
Okay. So
According to
guys,
Brother
for
Avery, you don't
witness,
have
I
to.
want you guys to clip this section. Clip this section because I want to now upload it to my channel. Abbas admits we are all Muslims because we can all say there is no God but Allah because we're using Allah as a name for the God of the Bible. But we all condemn Muhammad as an antichrist, son of the devil, but we say there is no God but Allah. So guys, we're all Muslims. We don't need to
I'm
believe
not
in
saying.
Muhammad. All we say is there is no God but Allah. Thank you.
Sam,
Great.
Sam, can you just say la ilaha illallah?
La ilaha illallah al-Masih
That's it. That's it.
ibn
That's it.
Allah.
That's it. That's it.
Al-Masih
No,
ibn
that's
Allah.
it. La ilaha.
Shafi Allah, Habib Allah, Kalimat Allah, Ruhin min Allah, Al-Masihu huwa Allah, Al-Masihu Akbar. So I just said the Shahada. Now
No,
318.
where you learn that from? Where you learn that from?
Abbas, quick. Okay, Abbas, listen. So you're doing all of this. You're embarrassing yourself in front of people.
Of course
You're
he
being
is.
throwing Islam and the Quran under the bus
Yep.
because you don't want to that the Quran associate partners with Allah, which is Muhammad. They associate Muhammad as a partner with Allah, and you have to. Muhammad is a messenger.
Christian
Quran
Malik.
9:29. Fight those who believe not in Allah and in a messenger.
No, it means the
Brother,
message is to be kafir. Now, Christian Malik,
brother,
don't let him change the topic because Allah
you
bears
totally
witness.
misunderstand.
You let
You
this guy
totally
get
misunderstood me. I am not saying you Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah is something wrong. Or I say with pride. Ashhadu anna la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad abduhu wa rasuluhu. I say
Okay, we
with
got the
pride.
point. Can we go to 318,
Because
Abbas?
that very shahada is saying he is the slave of Allah. Ashhadu anna la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa
Wait, wait,
rasuluhu.
wait.
He's the
You got
slave and
some
messenger of
dog,
Allah.
some dog named
There's no
Scarface.
shirk here.
Scarface, he's
There's,
barking.
there's no shirk
Abbas,
in
don't
it.
use me to escape. Abbas, don't use me to escape. Listen to
Yeah.
Brother Sam. Don't use me
No,
to
but
escape.
Christian
Listen
Malik,
to
you're
Brother
giving him an excuse to run. So let him not run because here's a verse. Here Allah bears witness. Okay, Abbas. Allah bears witness. There is no God but He and the angels and men possessed of knowledge. I can't see the full verse because Avery is in La La Land. It's God. It's God. Do you want to? So we can see. Yeah. Okay.
Is that good?
The Arabic actually says, God bears witness, there is no God but He, and the angels and men possess of knowledge. It literally says, Allah bears witness, there is no God but He, and the angels and men possess of knowledge. So your Arabic is a nightmare because Allah just said He and the angels and men possess of knowledge. They are the one ilah.
Again, that's what I'm saying. This is the language of the
Thank you.
Quran.
Yes.
But you need to understand the
wow.
whole context.
Unbelievable. Oh boy.